did try to keep it to the top 5 foundations, but I failed miserably because I ended up with 7. So the way I am justifying that is that 2 of them technically aren't foundation. You like it? The lawyer in me, right? Yeah, okay. Here's my top 5 foundations for 2024. These have not all come out in 2024. It's just that as of December 2024, these are my favorite foundations. I will go through and show you them on my face, one half of my face. I will show you the bottles that they come in, and then I will talk about why I like them and why they might be right for you or why they might be the absolute worst thing for you, depending on who you are and your skin. So let's just dive in, shall we? The first one is the Makeup Forever HD Skin Glow. This foundation is in shade 1R02, which is a cool shade. When you see me put it on my face in the clip, you're gonna see how much deeper the skin on my face is than my neck. So as you can see, right, that is from years of sun damage and also rosacea. And I get lasers to treat that, like I've said many times. I also do certain types of acids on my face, but I have to be very careful because my skin is very sensitive. And I'm getting a laser treatment, a new one. It's a BBL Moxie. It's a combination in January, which I will certainly bring you along for. But the Makeup Forever HD Glow Foundation is a really beautiful foundation. It is, as its name suggests, glowy. It has a, medium, I'd say light to medium coverage. It's a pump in a glass jar. This is the tiny jar. I started getting tiny jars when I can because I just don't use up all my foundations. And what I would say is I think it's good for practically anybody. I think it'll work for people who have oily skin. I think it will work for people who have dry skin, average skin, whatever that is. I honestly think it's got a light to medium coverage, no fragrance, beautiful finish. Like I said, it has a glow, but it's not glowy. Like, it's not shiny. It's not a super luminescent foundation. So unless you really hate a glowy finish and you only want matte, I think it's gonna work for you. And it's reasonably priced. They come in the small sizes so that you can have something that you don't waste because there's less of it. Yeah, it's a great foundation, and honestly, I think very highly of it. Next foundation is the Chantecaille. This is the Future Skin foundation, and I've had this foundation for years. It's been one of my favorites for a very long time. It is a gel foundation. I'm not going to stick my finger in it again, but it is very cooling for your face. So if you have something like rosacea or you just get hot for various reasons, it's really nice on the skin. It feels very cooling on the skin. And I would say that it is the foundation that I've been using the longest here today of the foundations that I have. And I think this one actually offers less coverage than practically anything else that I'm going to show you today, which is interesting. Their Just Skin foundation, which is actually a tinted moisturizer, I actually think gives more coverage than this, and they reformulated that, and that is also an excellent product. Both are fantastic. I was having a very difficult time choosing between the two. It's just that this one is cooling to the face, and because I do have rosacea, this is the one that I, go for. The shade that I have is Aura, which is the lightest shade. As you can see in the videos, again, my neck is much lighter than my face. And it's because, again, sun damage and rosacea. So if I'm really trying to match my neck, I actually am much paler than I think people realize just seeing me this way. Besides being cooling, like I said, I would say it has a light coverage. I'd say it's definitely glowy. It has a luminescence to it. It's not something that is going to give you full coverage, but it spreads really easily, it glides on. It has no scent. It is a little bit more expensive, the Chantecaille products are, but it's the only one here that I can say is actually like a gel. It has a gel consistency, and it's just cooling for the skin. It makes your skin feel better, especially if you're dealing with a flare-up. The only thing I don't like about it is the tub. I understand why it's in a tub, because it's not, because of the consistency, I think it would be very hard to pump out or squeeze out. So I get it, but yeah, that you gotta put and if you have nails, it gets under your nails, that type of thing. But other than that, honestly, I would highly recommend that foundation to anybody, especially if you have rosacea. Next is the Creal, which is the newest of my foundations, and this isn't even a foundation. This, which is why I feel like I'm getting away with this as 7. This is the Face Flex Concealer and Complexion Enhancer. This foundation has more coverage. I just took it out once and put it on the side of my face so you can see. It is a little less, it's more skin-like than the HD and the Chantecaille. I think you can see it's a little bit more, like when I first wear it, and I didn't use any primers with any of these guys. I didn't put anything on underneath. I didn't even put moisturizer on underneath because I wanted you to see it on bare skin. This product looks a heck of a lot better if I use my normal Clé de Peau and then the mist or a glowy primer or the Merit serum or the why can't I think, the Girl On Watery Oil, any of those. It looks much more dewy and luminous. It looks more skin-like because I don't have anything else on my skin. Like I didn't use any primer or any moisturizer or anything. But it still looks really good. That shows you that somebody who has dry skin like myself, if you are a dry skin person, can wear it. But it does have more coverage. It is like, it's more because you can use it as a concealer. So I used one thing of it on one side of my face. Really, I would use that for my whole face, and I would make sure that I had something moisturizing underneath and then do it. But I think it's a phenomenal product. And again, no fragrance. It's easy to use. The drawback is there's not a lot in there. And for me, it's just that it's not as luminescent or dewy, but I don't always want luminescent and dewy. Sometimes I want something that does have a little bit more coverage. And plus, to be honest, something like this is easy to travel with. That's a big plus, actually. Next is the Christian Dior. This is the foundation stick. This is extremely easy to use. I applied it in the way that I think most people will, would put it directly on my face, which is not the way that I was taught to do it, and it's not the way I do it. I put it on a brush, but I did it the way that I thought most people would do it, just stuck it right on my face and then blended it in. Used the same Anissa Pinnacle brush to blend them all in. And I cleaned it between, don't worry. And it leaves a really beautiful finish, and it's extremely luminescent. And if I don't do any of my skin prep, this one works extremely well because it is a luminous finish. It does have a little bit of shininess to it. If you're somebody who is oily, I would not recommend that product. I feel like it's too luminescent. I feel like it's too almost shiny. Like again, on me it's not because my skin is so dry, but on somebody who's really oily, I don't think you're gonna like it because I do think it has a lot of moisturizers and skin care products in it. So I don't think you'll love that. There is a scent, but it's very light. Like it's really light. I don't know if most people will smell it. I have a really enhanced sense of smell. So yeah, I don't know if most people will smell it, but again, it's really easy to use. It's a stick. You put it right on your face. You can travel with it because it's not a liquid. There's lots of pluses to it. There's a light scent. I would say it's medium coverage, especially if you put it on the way that I think most people will, straight to your face. Blends beautifully. It's easy to use. Again, that's why these are my top 5/7. Next is the Chanel. This is Le Beige's Touch. This is an amazing product. I recommend this to everyone. This I haven't used, this came out a year ago, so it's maybe almost 2 years, year and a half. The thing about this one is that it's the little bubbles, right? So you break up the bubbles. It's really easy to do. I generally just put it on the back of my hand and then put it on my face. I don't have any issues with it. You can put it directly on your face and do it that way too. Either way, it's fine. There's not as many shades. This is B10, but they did come out with some additional shades recently. I really like this product. I think it offers everything. It's luminescent, but not too shiny. It goes on super easy. It actually offers quite a bit of coverage for what it is. It smooths out your skin. There is no fragrance, just double checking. Yeah, I didn't rank these, but it may be my favorite foundation, if I'm calling it a foundation, that I tend to go for, let's put it this way, in a lot of my videos, I use that. If I'm not doing a foundation or I'm not trying out something new, or if I'm not looking for like something that's matte and more coverage, I will go to that product. It's just, I really like the feel of it. I like the way it sets. I like everything about it. I just think it's a phenomenally good product. The drawback for people is that it doesn't offer full coverage, not even medium really. It's more of a light to medium. You can build it a little bit, but not a ton. But I think it actually offers a great like smoothing effect on your skin. So even though it doesn't offer as much coverage necessarily, I think it makes your skin look healthier. And talking about like, you know, we're in the favorite foundation, I wanted to show you my new earrings. And yes, I have taken to showing you guys more like my earrings and my headbands and my jewelry, because in the first few years that I did YouTube, to be honest with you, I was so focused on the makeup, which is not a bad thing, but I was so focused on the makeup. I got so many questions like, what earrings are you wearing? Where's that headband from? What color's on your nails? And it's taken me this long to get around to the fact that you guys are interested in the clothes and the shoes and the jewelry and all of that, which is why I'm doing more of those videos, and I'll have a bag video, etc., etc. But these are Ana Luisa earrings, and these are weighty, folks. Now they don't pull, you can tell because you'll see like I have an older ear, so you would know like if it was pulling. But aren't these just the cutest? I got them in gold because I don't have a lot of gold, so I wanted to do something different. These look phenomenal. Not only do they look phenomenal, but they are way less expensive than they look. Like these look like they could be a Bottega earring, but the price point is so much lower than anything like from Bottega. Now these are simple pushback, not pushback, but like they just have the regular back earring. But let me show you these. These are like a snap into place one. And again, I got gold because I was like, I don't have a lot of gold. So I was like, oh, let's get the gold ones. And so these just snap. Make sure that your ear is in there. Like these. Look at how, I mean, honestly, guys, like they look so much more, they look like really expensive earrings. Like you spent Bottega money on them. And if you don't know what I mean by Bottega money, the Bottega earrings, the ones that look like kind of like a teardrop sort of thing, which Ana Luisa has, by the way. They're a dupe for them like completely, except for the price. The large ones are $900 and they're gold plated. They're not gold. They're gold plated. So I'm just saying, like, get the Ana Luisas. They're really good. And Ana Luisa has so many different styles. You'll find one that you like. And again, they're not sponsoring this. I do have affiliate links, but that's it. The normal stuff. I just really like them. And I've worn these like a bunch of times already and gotten so many compliments on this. And when I tell people where they're from, they're like, to be honest, they're either like, oh, Ana Luisa, I don't know them, or Ana Luisa, I love Ana Luisa. Like it's one of the other reactions. But yeah, they have so many different styles that are just easy to wear and stunning. So and the headband is Loeffler Randall. I think these are at Saks. I'll make sure there's a link below. Lisa Eldridge is next. This is the enhancing tint. And this is very similar to the Chanel in the sense that it doesn't offer a ton of coverage, but what it does is it enhances your skin. It makes your skin look better. And as you could see in the video that I just did, like my skin looks so much better with it on, right? Yes, it is a little bit luminous, and yes, it's not a ton of coverage, but it's similar to the Chanel. I think the Chanel offers a little more coverage than the Lisa Eldridge. You can tell me what you think by the video. But either way, they have a similar finish and actually a similar feel on the skin. They feel like nothing. They're like, there's nothing there. Lisa Eldridge and the Chanel, it feels, you forget you have it on. The Sarah Creal is actually like that too. You kind of forget you have it there. So it is just, it's a light finish. Doesn't even really feel like I said, it doesn't really feel like anything. It's like air. It's the product that I would say on a daily basis if I'm running around and a lot of times I just don't wear any makeup, to be honest with you guys. Like if I'm running to Starbucks or Target or whatever it is, I just won't wear makeup. I've spent a lot of money on lasers and a lot of money on skincare and tools. My LED mask, my newer RF device, and PMD just sent me a new thing that I'm going to be trying out. So I'll try that out for you guys. But I spend so much time and money on my skin that, yeah, there's a lot of times I don't wear a foundation. So, but if I do want something, the Eldridge is the one I'll probably reach for because it's really easy. I can just put it on my hands too. And it offers coverage, but not, it doesn't, you know, it would be very hard for someone to tell that I'm actually wearing a foundation. It's that good. Last but not least is what I'm wearing right now. This is the Prada foundation. Now I'm actually wearing the sample that I've been trying out, the LC10, which everyone seems to think looks really good on my skin. This is the LN10. And so I'm trying to decide if I want to buy it. Now I'll be honest, I'm probably not going to buy it like right now because there's no reason for me to buy it right now. But next year, there will be many sales. Sephora has sales, Nordstrom has sales, whatever it is. And, you know, I know Sephora is having a 20% off sale right now. So if you're interested, many of these are at Sephora, and I'll link everything below. But if I didn't have like 9 million foundations, I would go buy the LC10 at Sephora and get the 20% off. But I feel like I've spent so much money this year. And as you'll see in my 10K, I do need to rethink my financial decisions. So, you know, I think I'll wait till a sale next year and get the LC10 because I do have actually quite a bit of the LN10 left, and it does look good on me. I like the way it looks on me. In fact, it's one of my favorite foundations. There's no scent. It's refillable. There's tons of different options of shades. You know, it's the only soft matte that I like. It offers amazing coverage. This completely, I mean, it completely gets rid of any redness, anything. And as you can see in the video that I showed, it looks beautiful, actually. It looks better on me, again, if I have skin prep on, but I think every foundation looks better on people with skin prep. I think skin prep is very important. But yeah, I mean, it's just a beautiful foundation that, frankly, I can't find a flaw to. I don't actually have one. The only thing I guess is that if you don't have a counter and you can't test out the shades near you, like most Sephoras have them in store now, the bigger Sephoras, so I think you can try it out. There was a while there you really couldn't try out the Prada stuff in store because, you know, it was new, but I mean, I think it's in a lot of places. So it's really good. And it's the only matte or even matte-ish formulation that I've talked about today. So those are my top 5, folks. I tried to make it, you know, pretty quick and easy for you guys to consume. And I'm happy to go into more detail if you have any questions, but I tried to pick ones that I really gravitate towards, the ones that I use, the ones that I wear, and the reasons that I wear them for the different occasions. I would say for somebody who has oily skin, again, I'm thinking from a makeup artist perspective and, you know, people's makeup that I did. I can't speak to it from a personal experience because I have such dry skin. I would say the Prada is fine, actually. I think you'll have no problem with that. Maybe the Sarah Creal. Those would be the 2. The Chanel Le Beiges, I think would work for somebody who has oily skin, but because of it does have a little bit more of a luminescent, glowy finish. Not a lot, but it is there. I don't know if you'd like it. I think the formula would work, but I don't know if you'd like the finish. The Dior stick, I would say no. I really wouldn't suggest it. I just feel like it's glowy. I love it, but it is glowy. The Makeup Forever HD, it's a Hydro Glow foundation. And the reason I keep saying that, if you're questioning like why I keep saying that somebody with oily skin doesn't want to glow, you might want to glow. It's just many of the people that I've spoken with throughout my life, the makeup that I did, and then now, you know, from the channel, people with oily skin tell me very often that they don't want to see their skin look glowy or shiny. And I get that because I have dry skin and I don't really like to see my skin look matte. You know, so I understand. But if you're one of the people that has oilier skin, but you like that kind of finish, then yeah, I think the Chantecaille, the Makeup Forever, or the Chanel, the Eldridge are absolutely fine. The Dior I still think is too glowy, but that's just me. But I want to, you know, make it clear about all these different formulations. I think there are great other foundations out there, but it was hard enough for me to get it down to 5, 7. And so If I started expanding it, you know, goodness knows where we would end up. So if you have any questions, if you have any specifics that you want to ask me about, let me know. Like I said, I think many of these are available at Sephora during the sale, so you can take advantage of it. I think it might end today. I'm not absolutely sure. But anyway, there'll be other sales. Thanks so much for joining me today, guys. I really do appreciate it. I hope to see you in another video really soon.